You straight up cuckooed that dude, bro. Oh my God.
You've got all your Charger gear on because
I look good. I got big energy every day. Let's go!
And he is dicked.
Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
That's right.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin
Herbert on the move and throws and touchdown.
Players, coaches, staff, fans, together we can create something truly special.
Stay tuned for some good content.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Wool Dog, sitting with my buddies, Kev, Hug, and Duggan.
Happy Friday.
And let's not forget Kyle, the coach, Duggan.
What's up, guys?
All right, gang. Well, lots to talk about this episode. Some contracts getting signed, some Twitter business. We've got a Craig experience to check out and an awesome coach's corner. But let's start it off with the contract signing that the Chargers did. The Chargers have signed 11 players to the reserve/future free agent contracts. All 11 players finished the 2021 season on the team's practice squad. You've got big names like Michael Bandy, Andrew Brown, Cole
Big
Christensen, Ben DeLuca, Mika Igbule.
That's a bigger one.
That is a bigger one. Maurice French, Ryan Hunter, Hunter Campmoyer, Forrest Merrill. We love Forrest. Jason Moore, and Foster Sorrell.
And a lot of these guys, they played, like they had time up on the active roster here and there.
Yeah,
for sure.
I always want like French, like why two F's? Like for French? Like Maurice for French? Like I can't quite wrap my head around how to pronounce that correctly.
I love it.
French.
Just make it extra Frenchy.
With some extra F on it.
It's just silent F.
Yeah. Like
just like Jeeves.
Yeah, it's like Jeeves. F silent.
So what reserve/future free agent contract? From my understanding, it's just kind of like a restricted free agent. Is that the case?
Yeah, I from what I've kind of looked at and done a little research in is these guys are guys that you want to have in camp next year. So that way they can't just go sign with another team. They're not big names where there's a huge amount of interest in these guys signing. But these are guys that you think have the potential to potentially like to be on your active roster. You're not ready to give them that contract, but you want them in camp next year. Mm-hmm. So, when we go to camp, we had 90 guys. So to go from what we had of 53-man roster with 11 practice squatters, that's 64. You got to expand it all the way to 90. So with your free agents that you sign, it's probably still going to be around that 53 mark. And then your new draft class, it's still going to be around that 53. So you got to bring in 27 guys. So you would prefer, or 37 guys. You would prefer to just have these guys are the guys that we really like on our practice squad that we think that could be contributors. A lot of them had time up on the active roster. So let's lock them up to a reserve future contract. We know they'll be in camp. It almost solidifies these guys' spot on the practice squad next year.
Okay. Well, it's a good group of guys for sure. We saw, like you said, we saw these guys play at least some time. And so they are contributing. And it's just interesting that that's never been a news spot for us in the past, as far as like signing these guys to the reserve/future free agent contract. So,
and these were some guys we'd get from like the Canadian Football League, and they'd throw some random guys on here in the past.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's see. Looking over to Twitter, there are some of the players posted some tweets after our season ended. Ode Ibushi, who we sorely missed through the last half of the season, said, "Today is always the toughest day in the league. Everything comes to a complete stop. No meetings, no lift, no practice, no ping pong, nothing. Just packing and see you later. Bittersweet when you love your squad. Grateful to say the least."
I love that guy. I really hope. Did we sign him to 1 or 2 years?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
I think he was only a 1-year deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
He performed well when he was healthy. Like that's a guy that like didn't break the bank. Like I'd be very interested in bringing Ode back.
And I still see stuff like on his social media where he's training, like he's at the facilities getting his rehab in.
Right.
Even now, still he was doing his little like put cups on the ground while balancing on your bad knee type of stuff. And the guy's putting in the work to get better. No one knows better than our staff if he's going to be be able to get there. Like
Sure.
we can see where his progress is, where his PT is going. So if he's on track to be ready to go for next year, I'm sure they give him some kind of a deal. It's not going to be what he hoped for because he got hurt.
Right.
But maybe you put him on another 1 year or 2 year deal. It's not going to cost. It's not going to break
Prove
the bank
it.
to sign him back.
Mhm.
Sure.
Let's see. Alohi Gilman tweeted out, not the result we wanted. That one hurt. Bolt fam, hang tight. We just getting started.
This is another guy I'm excited for, man. He's only year 2.
Right.
Yeah.
He's only a second-year guy. He's still got a bright future. He missed a couple games this year with an injury.
Right.
I think there's some exciting things there for Alohi to be able to free up Derwin to be able to mix around more.
Right. Absolutely. Christian Covington tweeted out, at the end of the day, God is so good. Thankful for this team and this season. Big contributor.
That's a guy I don't know if we're going to get back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like he was part of that defensive line that we weren't the most effective this year.
Yeah.
So you got to look there first. You're not going to hold on to some of these guys with, having the lowest ranked run defense in the league.
Yep.
I think that's where the biggest turnover is going to come is our defensive line.
Mm-hmm. Mike Williams tweeted out, Bolt Nation, thank you for an amazing season. Sorry it had to end like this, with a real angry emoji.
And it still goes back to like what he said, like wanting to come back because it doesn't like change. Like I really want Mike Williams back. Like he's
really
my
want him
number
back, too.
one.
I didn't know
priority.
going into this season. I was like, I don't know, like maybe you just let him go. It's
We can go back and listen to it. We
were
about
talking
it in
about
depth.
trading him. We wanted to
Right,
get rid
yeah.
of him. A lot of Charger fans wanted to get rid of him before the season even started because we
Right.
had some trade leverage there. Now that this season has ended, he stayed healthy the whole year. He put up big time play after big time play, and he's
Yeah.
consistent in doing
Got over
that.
1,000 yards this
1,000
season.
yards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and
He's
Keenan.
the
both did
yin
it.
and yang to Keenan's underneath, beat people up underneath and be able to go deep to Mike. I think you could bring in a third receiver. Our number 3 it was up in the air all year. I think Palmer ends up taking that over this year. But with Mike Williams, Josh Palmer, Keenan Allen, you got and Austin Eckler, who's a receiver in his own right.
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
pretty dynamic team.
I wouldn't be mad at a burner too. Somebody really,
Yeah, I think in the
Guyton type
draft,
upgrade over Guyton. That's what I think would be interesting.
it was funny watching the Bills game. They had a couple guys where you just dump the ball off and they pick up 10.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill, you dump the ball off, you could check down, and they pick up 15, 20.
Mhm.
I think that's what we go after in the draft this year. As far as the wide receiver type, I don't think it's going to be in the first round, but I think you'd look in that 3rd, 4th round range. You can find the Hakeem Grants. My brother-in-law is a big Bears fan. So it's like they got a lot of those type of guys, and Hakeem Grant and Darnell Mooney. Those guys are available later in the draft because they're not a big specimen physically. They're kind of undervalued because of their size.
Mm.
You can find them later in the draft, and that's going to be one of Big Tommy T's big tasks is find that shifty, speedy, fast guy later in the rounds.
That would be nice to
hands.
see. Yeah, with good hands. Gotta have good hands, please.
Please.
And then Uchenna Nwosu tweeted out, wow, what a year. So many ups and downs, but we remain solid through it all. Thankful to be able to do it with my brothers. Thank you to the Bolt family for making my 4th year a special one. Can't wait to see what the future holds.
Yep.
We
me
can't
too.
either. Yeah.
Man, I don't think Chin is back. I have this bad feeling that he's going to go somewhere and get paid more money than we're willing to pay him.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I would like to see him back, especially the way he played in that Raider game. Man, he came out ready to play. He came out ready to earn a contract.
He wasn't messing around.
Yeah.
No.
The
He had
Raider
some
game
big-time
and
plays.
in that first Chief game, he got a hand on Mahomes, one of Mahomes' passes, and then intercepted. So
Yeah. So
he's definitely a contributor.
It just sucks that he's kind of coming into his own on his last year. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like we've had him for this long and he hasn't really performed like this yet. So
he hasn't had the opportunity. We had Melvin Ingram, Joey Bosa sitting in front of him. So he just didn't have all those. This is the first year he really had a lot of opportunity to be that guy. And he showed up for sure.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people just wanted more production in terms of sacks out of him being a pass rusher.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which is
So,
understandable.
I just have a bad feeling that I think he's going to probably go elsewhere.
Fingers crossed. We can make something happen. Steven Anderson, thankful for the opportunity to play the game I love with all my heart. Thanks to all the Charger fans and all your support. Until next time, bolt up, walk on mentality.
Again, a tweet that sounds like he's moving on.
Yeah.
You think that? You feel that?
That's just what I feel. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know though. But Steven Anderson's no, he's under contract still.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. I don't know.
You kind of you're throwing me off now. I thought he was. I wasn't worried about it until just now.
Let's see. Yeah,
Pretty sure
you shared a list earlier as far as like all the guys.
He is a 2022 free
agent.
He's
a free agent. Yep. Steven Anderson.
Shit. Yeah. There's so many of these guys. I just need to
dude. I don't know
this
what
isn't
they're
a,
gonna
this
do.
Isn't if you don't know with Parham and Cook, like I don't know how you don't sign him back. Like I don't right now. You have without him, you have Trey McKitty. That's your tight end.
And he's such a like he played fullback a lot, and he was a big time special teamer. Like he does a lot of things for the team. And I don't think he costs you a ton because he's not that big pass catching guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just don't know. There's so much that's going to change in this team in the next 6 months.
Yeah. We'll have to keep an eye on it. But let's see. There was also Braden Fajoko. Not the result we wanted, but I'm thankful for another year with a great group of guys. Love this organization, and I'd go down swinging for everyone in the Powder Blues. Bolt up. Love 96. Love Braden, man.
He's the man.
We'll see what happens with Braden too, because he was on our active
don't
roster.
tell me he's not a free agent next year too.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure he is. He was. We didn't sign him to a futures contract, and he was on our active roster when the season ended. So you don't get the opportunity of a futures contract.
But he's still under
Braden
contract
back.
though, isn't he?
He was an undrafted guy. I think we
put him on a multi-year deal.
So this is the one where he didn't get a lot of opportunity, but when he did, he was fucking awesome.
Right.
Like I really enjoyed watching him play, and I think if he's just given more opportunity, he'll be in good shape.
Yeah,
that would be the hope.
Take that back. He is under contract for 2022.
Kyle, you're what is this regular season? The roller coaster. My fucking heart attack is coming back.
So much,
he's actually going to
like
get paid next year too. His base salary in 2021 was $346. His base salary in 2022 jumps up to $825K. So he's going to get some money too.
Make it rain, Braden.
Yeah.
Rain. And I don't want to jump ahead of myself, but Braden may or may not be on this podcast next week.
So dumb. What do you mean may not?
So vague.
Phillip Rivers may or may not be on the podcast.
You never know.
LaDainian Tomlinson may or may not be on
Justin
the podcast.
Herbert may
or may not.
Yeah, love Braden, love the heart that he brings to the team, and just a all around great guy. And lastly, Drew Tranquil tweeted out, "Congrats to the Raiders. It was an epic, historic battle tonight. Bolt fam, there's no way around it. This one hurts a lot. Stay with us. We're hungry and we're only getting better."
Stay healthy.
Drew Tranquil's not a free agent next year, right?
No.
Thank God.
Drew, don't have to be such a class act. You don't have to congratulate the Raiders, dude.
They didn't. None of them. None of them would say anything like that to us. But
No.
He's a good guy. What you gonna do?
He was,
yeah.
and it was an epic. It was an epic game. I mean, we obviously
thanks to Justin Herbert.
Thank you to Justin Herbert for making it as epic as it was. But yeah, don't have to be. It's the Raiders, dude. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah.
Take a page out of Joey Bosa's book.
Throw the punches. Don't pull them.
Right.
Yeah. Throw them all.
All right, gang. And now it is time to talk about our sponsor this week, Symbol. Symbol is the stock market for sports that allows you to profit off your sports knowledge. On Symbol, you can trade sports teams like stocks, and every time your teams win, you earn cash. Use your sports knowledge on Symbol to buy low, sell high, and earn cash payouts when your teams win. Join over 7,000 early adopters who have started to invest in their favorite teams. Visit www.symbol.com. That's SIMBULL.com to create a free account. And when you deposit, make sure to use the promo code ChargerChat, all one word, for a money-back guarantee. You can also visit symbol.app/ChargerChat And when you use the promo code ChargerChat, your deposit will have a money-back guarantee up to $500. That means even if you lose money in the first 90 days, Symbol will refund your initial deposit, no questions asked. Join Symbol and start investing and profiting from your favorite teams. All right, gang. Well, now it's time to go on to the next segment. As we promised, we've got a Craig Experience for Friday, so let's take it over to the Craig Experience.
Oh yeah.
Come on in, man. Kick your feet up.
Oh,
Craig Experience.
hello there.
Make yourself at home. We got some stuff to talk about, right? Moving on.
So why not kick this off by offering my warmest, most sincere off-season welcome to the Dallas Cowboys fans and the Las Vegas Raiders contingent. And particularly the latter. I can't have you guys come over and chill out and like kick it on the couch because I don't make it a practice of having purse snatchers over. And I also don't know about the range on those ankle monitors. I don't think I'm within you guys' qualified radius. So just take this off season, have fun, and hopefully stay free, I guess. That's it. CC gang. The biggest of salutes, and to the rest of the boat fam, what's going on? It's your guy Craig in Texas, and welcome to another edition of the Craig Experience. And now, since that mythical playoff run that the Las Vegas Raiders thought they were going on, which really nobody believed in other than them and their fans, that's been dashed. Us LA Chargers fans can focus on the 2022 offseason and things that are pending that are important to us. Big stuff's on the horizon, man. Lots of fun things to discuss and chat about, and I'm sure my guys here are going to talk to you a little bit more about it as well, and collectively, we can dig into what is to come. Because, hey, Tom Telesco catches a lot of flack. A lot of it's very well deserved, but this is going to be his opportunity to maybe help to quell some of the detractors. When you're talking about having a franchise left tackle and QB on your roster under rookie contracts, you got to make the most of that. And Tom's been around for almost a decade. And if he's been waiting and waiting and waiting, which is kind of his thing, then the stars have officially aligned. Now is the time. Can we talk about being a top 2 team in the league in cap space? 72 mil, and that's actually going to go up with what I believe is going to be the release of Brian Bulaga. I think it's probably safe to say that that's going to take place. But then you've got the money that wasn't used in 21 rolling over in 22, and I believe the Chargers are going to be well over 80 mil. Ballin'. Let's get into that. There's so much you could do with that allotment of cash. I would say first and foremost, knock off the Derwin contract as quickly as possible because it's not going to get any more affordable than it is right now. You're already going to have to pay him top of the league, top safety money, and that looks way different this year than it would next. So just get it done. Justin Jones, Kaiser White, Chenna, extend them, bring them all back. Just make it happen. You want to have guys that are going to be the foundation of your team that you can depend on, and also, for leadership purposes. These are dudes who stepped up, and when plays needed to be made, those were the names that you heard. They deserve it. And shouts out again to the coaching staff for getting the most out of some dudes who were on the roster that people were a little squeamish about and didn't know whether or not they belonged. They found a home, and now it's time to pony up. If this is what Tom Telesco's strategy is, draft, develop, resign, here's his chance to prove it. And money shouldn't necessarily be an issue at this point. I do appreciate what he and Ed McGuire have done throughout the years with keeping contracts manageable and not, selling themselves up the creek into really bad situations where they become cap strapped. Because now, you look at the circumstances, like I mentioned, what you have at the top of the roster on the offensive side of the ball with, elite level players at key positions, and then guys on the defensive side that are big time names as well. you're primed and ready to make a run, which needs to be done within these next 2 years. So hopefully Tom has decided to stop taking a sit back and wait approach, because we know that's generally his favorite thing. And he's ready to hit the button. It's go time. Go for the gusto. We're all ready for it. And no better time than the present. Let's make it happen, Tommy T. Let's do that. Now, I guess I should maybe touch on this Darius Swinton firing situation. It's a little strange. He did I would say, pretty admirable job, particularly by the end of the year. You've got a situation where Andre Roberts was bought in. I don't know how much influence he had on that. And there was Dustin Hopkins signing, which, thank you. But I do believe Tristan Vizcaino was his guy. I don't know if KJ Hill was his selection to be a punt and kickoff returner, and thus being the reason why T. Billy was cut, because it was said that he had no special teams value, even though he did force the fumble of Andre Roberts and had some pretty nice kickoff returns in that playoff game against the Bengals. But I digress. Who knows? Can't point any fingers there because we don't have that type of intel. I will say this, though. I love the dude's energy. Anytime he had an interview, I mean, he had me raring to go, and my ball is way behind me. I know that there are some options out there in the market coming up that have some relationships with Staley, and we know how he is in regards to relationships. So I'm sure that it'll be someone that he's worked with here in the past, whether it's this gentleman from Chicago whose name is escaping me right now, or, I mean, of course, someone from the Broncos coaching staff, which I'd be fine with not having happen. But yeah, best of luck to that man. And, you can say what you want. Maybe Andre Roberts and Hopkins, just like by talent alone, made special teams better. But I want to say that I believe the coverage units got better. And also blocking on kickoff return. Not necessarily punt return, but definitely kickoff return. It improved. So salute to you, coach. Thank you for everything you did. And I'm sure you'll land on your feet. I will get you good people out of here on this. A question to my CC brethren. Boys, do you want to see the Chargers push all their chips in and go for the gusto this offseason? Or would you rather them take like the 2-year approach? Now, I'm sure you all know how I feel about it. I'm ready for them to just hit the button and go. Make the most of these guys on these rookie deals, and let's go churn out a couple Lombardis. The time is now, in my opinion. So let me know what you feel about it, what you think, because I always value you guys' opinions. To the rest of you fine people, catch you on the next one. Oh, it's Mr. Boganger Don't Bang, Mr. Top Flight over on Twitter, and catch me at the Flight Deck on YouTube. See you next time. Okay, love you, bye.
Friday, Craig, going into the weekend, Craig. Yeah. Sorry.
It's another insightful Craig experience. Thank you, Craig,
Absolutely.
for taking a look at all the moving and shaking that's happened so far. And to answer your question, yes. Push all the chips in.
Win now.
Spend it like there's a hole in your pocket.
Yeah.
Just
Herbert
burn
is
all
the
of it.
franchise quarterback that will get paid $25 million a year. You have to win now before we have to pay that man.
Yeah.
Whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
Load
to.
up
Like,
this roster. Load it.
you have 2 years now to go and try to win the whole thing. It's what it is.
Yeah.
Load up that defense and let's go.
Yeah. 100%.
It's clearly working for the Rams, so take a little page out of that book and go
Right.
spend all the money. The picks.
Well, and Tom Brady. Tom Brady has always had a top 10 defense. No matter when he wins a Super Bowl, he has a top 10 defense. We need a top 10 defense. That has to happen right now.
Big time.
Yeah, 100%.
Big time, Craig. So thank you for all of that. And now we've got a coach's corner to attend.
Oh.
There's the bell. Let's go.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
All comes down to today.
You take this helmet and you put it right in his numbers, okay? I want to see nothing but snot bubbles in his nose.
A lot of people want to blame coaches for a lot of things.
Nobody puts coaches
trade
in
up,
his
And
corner.
we shut them down because we can.
It's because I believed in you.
And I wish I could say something that was classy and inspirational, but that just wouldn't be our style.
Let's do it.
That's right, gang. It is time for Coach's Corner. What the heck is Coach gonna look at? I don't know. We didn't have a game last week. What are we looking at here, Coach?
Yeah, I just wanted to go back. We've had enough time. Time has passed. I've processed. Now I want to go look at the beauty that is Justin Herbert in that fourth quarter. We're just gonna look at the last drive. There's 3 plays, 2 fourth down conversions, and then the touchdown that tied it up at the end of the game against the Raiders. Obviously it was hard to go back and watch this until now because we know that things didn't go the way that we wanted at the end in overtime. But golly, what he did to get us even a shot in overtime was pretty impressive. So this first play that we're going to look at, this is right off the bat. We get the ball, we do nothing with the first 3 plays. Incomplete. 4th and 10, game is on the line. We don't get this. It's pretty much game over.
Right.
So like I've talked about throughout the season, a lot of times when you get 3 over here, 3 by 1 is what you would refer to, 3 receivers by 1 receiver. You're not going to get the same coverage on both sides because there's too many threats over here. So over here, they're going to man up. This guy is spying to the backfield, so he's manned up. And then you have some kind of a split field cover 3. So these guys are all in zones. These guys are in zones. He's in the deep zone over the top. This guy is spying for anyone that comes across the field. Well, what the Chargers do, which Joe Lombardi, great play call. Obviously, Justin has to execute the play, but this is a great play call. They're going to run him off. A lot of the times, teams know that their weakness. When they're in man down here, that means there's no zone. From here over, there's no zone whatsoever. This is all just open space. Because if this guy goes deep, this guy runs across, these guys have to chase. So there's nobody here. So there's a zone here, a zone here, a zone here, and a zone here. But there's no zones on this whole side of the field. This should be wide open. So if you run a guy, if you're able to get a guy across the field, these zone defenders, they're not going with him because once you cross the zone, you let them go. This guy here his responsibility is to stop crossers. So if they try to run a crosser, his only job is to try to turn them upfield and force a more difficult pass. What the Chargers do is they bring 2 crossers. So he right here on the inside is going to come across deep. He's going to pick him up, but then our outside receiver is going to come across shallower right at the first down marker, be able to catch it and get upfield. It's honestly is a perfect play call because we knew the coverage they'd be in 3 by 1. And as you see it executed, that cut across, he is going to pick up here, but now this second crosser is going to come over wide open. He's able to convert for the first down.
Crazy.
Great play call. Obviously, great execution by Justin.
Right.
He has a time. He sees the coverage. He sits in there, waits, he's got to clear, hits him. He's up the field for the first down. Now, the other thing, Storm Norton got a real bad rap after this game. Everyone saw Max Crosby beat him up all game.
Right.
This is him mano-a-mano against Max Crosby with the game on the line. There's no chipping. There's no running back help. Up at the top of the screen at the right tackle, this is one-on-one with their best pass rusher, and he stonewalls him. He stops him in his tracks. This is a long developing play. This takes 2 crossers to get across the field. He does a great job against one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. Max Crosby led the NFL with pressures on the quarterback. He stonewalled him right there in the biggest play of the game.
Wow.
So props to Storm. Great execution. And again, great play call by Lombardi. Okay. So again, 3 by 1. This is 4th and 10. We had moved the ball a couple times. We got a first down we had another 4th down,
right,
believe it or not, that we got on a penalty. They had a defensive holding that gave us an automatic first down. But here, this is the next 4th down, the third one of the drive. We're 3 by 1 again. So 3 receivers up top by 1. They know the coverage that they're in. They're all going to be in zone over here. It looks like they're trying to disguise it with being up pressed. They all sit and drop into these zones. Here is going to be zone. This guy's over the top of them. He is going to come down and take away crossers. So you know you have this manned up. It's Mike Williams. You're arguably your best man-to-man wide receiver. This safety here is looking at Eck. I believe Justin saw this and said, this is where I'm going. Game on the line, 4th and 10. I see Mike Williams manned up with no help over the top. As soon as this guy turned and you see his eyes coming here, he knows this is his win. What he does, though, that's awesome is he has the patience for this guy to leave. The reason that they have a safety here instead of a linebacker is he stays back here at 7 yards to help with Mike in case he stays in the backfield. So if we leave an extra blocker, which everyone was demanding, right? Everyone's like, leave a back end to help Storm with Max or chip Max, somehow help. What happens is if this guy doesn't go out, if Eckler doesn't release on a route, he sits and becomes a hole player. He's an extra defender on Mike on any underneath routes at this 4th and 10 mark. So it's imperative that Eckler goes out on some kind of a route to bring him up, which then will open up Mike Williams' route. So I'll run the play as you watch Justin. As soon as he sees this safety finally break on Eckler, that's when he's going to go right to Mike. As soon as he breaks, now he knows he's going to Mike. Boom, first down. Chipping on a defensive end takes away a lot of your playbook. You can do it, and a lot of the times it's necessary, but don't demand it and go back and be a Monday morning quarterback saying we should have done this more. If we had done it more, it may have taken away from a lot of openings that we ended up seeing. So again, here, Mike, he sees the man-to-man. All he's waiting for is that little safety backer to clear. Now he's got man-to-man with his what he feels is his best man coverage receiver. He's going to hit him all day.
Nice.
So it was just a great setup, knew the coverage, and executed.
Love it.
All right. This is the last play of the game. This was when I ripped my shirt off and ran around upstairs, almost waking up my kids. So again, 3-by-1. We really like this set to try to isolate. There's no point in isolating here. These guys are in a cover 3 man. So basically these 3 safeties, they don't have a man. They're all protecting these zones. So there's 3 zones across the back of the end zone. They're not responsible for a man. They're just waiting for somebody to show up that tries to get to the touchdown. We have no time left on the clock. This is the last play of the game, no matter what. Everyone underneath is manned up. So you're going to have manned up. These 3 here are playing these 3, depending on what routes they run. That's the benefit of running a bunch, is you can get crossers and moving people around. And then Eckler is going to be manned up right here. Everything's man underneath, and then they have 3 deep extra guys defending the end zone. It's almost like a how on earth could you possibly score? Now, in my mind, looking at this, I would try to find some kind of an opening between these guys running rub routes to try to take advantage of. Herbert's like, this is my dude. A reason why I think this guy needs to get re-signed. They come up to the line of scrimmage. This is a security blanket for Justin. It doesn't matter if they have him manned up and this guy's sitting over the top. He still thinks that this guy can win. So I'm going to play the clip. We've all seen it, but I'm going to try to pause it at the right spot. The throw that's made is Hall of Fame caliber throw. And that's obviously, I'm a homer. I'm a Charger fan.
Yeah, you
but
are.
It's pretty incredible, the throw that's made here. I'll try to pause it right as he gets to the right spot. But right here. Oh, damn you, right click. Let's try again. Right here. So this is the opening. This is the opening. 1, 2 guys on either side within 2 yards of Mike.
Unbelievable.
That's the opening. That's the timing. The only way you can have that kind of timing if he has the strongest arm in the NFL. And that's what Justin has. He's able to put it there. Derek Carr, this is picked. We saw it against Cincinnati. He just cannot execute. No quarterback in the NFL can make this throw except Justin Herbert. Just bottom line. I'm going to go real quick to the end zone view. Be right back. Okay, so I'm going to try to stop it right where you can see the craziness of this throw before he lets go of the ball. So right there, the ball's in the air, right? He's at the 20-yard line, and he's falling away. So watch Justin. He's moving to his left, right? Not comfortable. Right-handed quarterbacks want to roll to their right. That's where the power comes from, because you can get on that hill and throw downhill. We're moving to our left here. And watch as I'll pause it again. So boom, he's throwing. That's the opening.
Crazy.
This guy is a yard away. The ball's right here. This guy is 2 yards away. If he misses 6 inches left or right, this ball is deflected or picked off. And he puts the ball right on the money, just so perfectly. I'll bring it back again and just play it all the way through one more time, just for us to revel in, because this is the future of the Chargers. Justin Herbert is it. Moving to my left, throwing a bullet on a line, perfect spot.
Unbelievable.
Just doesn't get better than that. Just incredible. The throw with the timing and the moment. You don't make that throw, game over, season's over.
And I don't know if you want to go back I'm going to give you my little analysis at the very end. If you look just above the players, there's one fan that slams the wall. I want you to look at here. Top in the middle. Bam.
This guy.
Okay. So this guy, I can tell you what I'm thinking he did wrong. He had too much confidence in his defense that and Herbert took advantage of that. So I hope you enjoyed your one playoff game.
Took advantage of it.
Took advantage.
Unbelievable. Well, thank you, Kyle, for reminding us what the future of this franchise is.
Awesome.
And God, just one of the craziest drives this entire season comes
and
right.
Mike Williams had
end.
a big part to play in that whole drive.
Yeah, clearly.
2 of those
guy,
3 were
he's
him.
a comfort blanket for Justin. We got to bring that guy back.
Big time. All right, gang. Well, it is another, let's see, we've got the divisional round games this weekend. Bengals, Titans, 49ers, Packers. We just found out Rams, Buccaneers, and Bills, Chiefs.
Sunday night game, Bills, Chiefs.
That'll be the big one.
Come on,
Bills.
Yeah.
I'm kind of done seeing Burrow's awesome play, so I kind of want to go Titans here.
Yeah.
Kind of put that to bed real quick.
I'm with you.
Kind of pulling for the Packers just because it'll make my wife happy, and I put her through a lot of shit this year. Let's go. I think I'm gonna go Buccaneers just because I don't want to have to share anything with the Rams. And then let's go Bills.
Let's go Bills.
All right. That work for you guys too?
It works for me. I'm all about it.
I don't give a. Chargers aren't in
I'm just gonna keep watching that Justin Herbert drive.
Yeah. All off
into the
season long,
night.
baby.
Yeah.
All right, gang. Well, that's gonna do it for us here at the Charger Chat. Don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.